Hey everybody, I'm at it again. It's Barry with Reelife-Barry. I'm on my way to Cranberry River for 4 days of trout fishing. I'm getting a day head start on my buddies because today is about the only day it's not supposed to rain. And I got a little surprise. I went and did it. My wife and I, ended up buying a camper. I'm going to test it out on the Cranberry River. Hopefully we get to catch some fish and the rain doesn't mess up the river too bad, but hang on, I'm on my way. We'll see you at the campsite. Well, I'm halfway to the campgrounds and I'll give you a little heads up. I'm in the Monongahela National Forest in West Virginia. It encompasses almost 1,000,000 acres of wilderness. That's plenty of room for Sasquatch to run around. They're starting gold rush trout stocking this week, so hopefully we'll be on them. I'm almost there. Hopefully the campground's open. The first one wasn't. We'll see. Well, the campground was closed, but they have sites along the river, and this is a pretty good site. We've camped here in the past, many years ago. I always enjoyed this site. And now comes the fun part of setting this thing up. I've got the camper full. I've got the SUV full. I've got everything you need, except the kitchen sink. Anyway, I'll give you little bits and pieces here and there as I set up. Well, here we go. I'm pretty much set up and ready for whatever comes at me. Pretty nice little spot. I'm gonna go pay my fee, $5 a night to camp here, not bad at all. And then I'm gonna try a couple holes and look for some ramps for dinner. Start off with a little Clio and see what happens. Right there behind that rock. Well, my dad used to say if you could catch a fish in the first 3 casts, it wasn't a Class A hole. So we'll go on down and check out another spot. Let's see if I can't pull one out of this hole. Get something here. One more cast. I always say. Here's one of the shelters that they just replaced in the last year or two at the most. They've probably got, I don't know, 7, 8 of them strung out over 10 miles up in here. We used to come here all the time. My dad and brothers would come here. We'd stay for a week. They rebuilt them with the help of families. So pay a little tribute to Dylan Scott Brown. He loved to fish just like everybody else that comes up here. And check it out. People are pretty generous sometimes, leaving some nice cold beers. It's certainly not hot yet. But anyway, these are nice to stay in, but you can't drive to them. You've got to walk, ride, take a mule team, anything but a motor vehicle. It's above the lower gate on the Cranberry River. Well, well, well. Look at what I got here. Ha ha ha. I'll show him to you in a minute. Well, he ain't big, but he sure is pretty. That's going to be breakfast. Looky here. Ramps. They'll go great with breakfast in the morning along with those trout. Can't wait. It's time to start digging. Nothing like a mess of ramps to go with them trout in the morning. Heading back to camp. Country roads, take me home. Gotta love it. This is heaven, trust me. Well folks, day one is coming to an end. It was a pretty good day. I caught 2 fish, got a mess of ramps for in the morning, and I think I'm going to eat a couple of chicken sammies that I made before I left the house, because I knew today's going to be a long day. They're all going to be long days. But tomorrow morning we'll fry up those trout along with some bacon and ramps, and my buddy Dean will show up and we'll start all over and go fishing again. So see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Day 2. 7:50 in the morning, and I was awakened by some rain. The wind died down from yesterday, and I'm gonna get in the car and go up on top of the mountain where I can get some cell service and check a radar map and just see what is coming. It's supposedly a pretty good sized storm. Hopefully it doesn't last all day, mess up the river, all that, but they're calling for quite a bit of rain, supposedly, but the only way to get a good idea is to drive all the way up and check out the radar and see what's headed this way. So, see you in a little bit. I couldn't resist stopping right behind my camp. It's a decent little hole. Check this out. What a way to start the day. I'm going to release him. I've already got breakfast. Well, that was a good start to day 2. I just couldn't resist throwing right out there before I get in the car and check on the radar situation. It's a nice little stretch of river right behind the campsite. I've got to get in the car and get this over with and come back down and fix breakfast. I promise I'm leaving now. See you in a little bit. Well, looks like the rain is here to stay for a while. Hopefully it doesn't rain and mess up the river, but the way it looks, this trip could be cut short. But I have caught some fish, so if all else fails, still had a good time. I'm going to go ahead and start on breakfast and see how much it rains. Shore this place up a little bit for some winds that are expected. See you in a bit. Well, if this river is going to be screwed up by this afternoon, I'm going to fish in between the rain. Check this out. My second one this morning from right behind camp. Well, looks like I'll let him go too. All right, back to cleaning ramps. I got to get breakfast going. That's 2 trout already this morning, and the rain is coming back, so I've got to get this breakfast over with. Let the smell-o-vision begin. Now there's a breakfast. When you're in almost heaven, you don't get anything any better than this. I'm gonna go ahead and eat, and the rain's holding off a little bit, but I don't know for how long. We'll see how it goes. Cutting up like a new pair of scissors. Yeah. I gotta turn it off. I'll turn it on when I get him to the bank. And there he goes. He squirted right out of my hands when I got him off the lure. Oh well, we'll get some more. Oh, you saw that? I'm messing around with the camera and he got off. Dang. Oh well. All right, here's another one. Man, this hole's loaded with them. I'm not gonna let this one get away. Yep, that's your classic West Virginia stocked trout. Beautiful fish. And just like that, folks, stock truck shows up. It's Gold Rush week. He just put two big old nets right in front of me, and my reel just messed up. So give me a few minutes, let them settle down, and let's see what happens. That right there is why they call it Gold Rush. They stock nothing but gold trout from the 1st to the 12th. Wish me luck. Right there, folks. There's you a nice gold trout caught during Gold Rush. Look at there, it's beer 30. Well, I've got 4 trout in a cooler. I'm gonna go down next hole or 2. I gotta catch up with my buddy Dean and see how he's doing. So we'll put a little clip here and there in between. I'm gonna stop at the shelter one more time on the way out. And just like that, number 5. I'm gonna have to quit now. 6 is your limit, but 5's it for now. I gotta go back and look for my buddy. Well, I'm back at Poplar Shelter. I got a little story to tell you from yesterday. I didn't mention it yesterday, but I will today. I stopped by yesterday, and during the course of my fishing, I pulled the ultimate mistake, forgot all my fishing lures in the car. So I only had one lure, got up here, got it hung up, lost it, and said, well, screw it, it's time to go dig ramps. Well, lo and behold, I stopped here yesterday, and back here was a Joe fly lying right there. The trout gods were talking to me. I took the Joe fly, caught 4 trout on it before I lost it. So now I'm back, and I'm going to leave a brand new bumblebee rooster tail. If you happen to use it and catch fish, let me know. So anyway, back on down the road, find my buddy. And just like that, folks, number 6, right behind the camp. when I got back. We'll be eating good tonight. It's like fried potatoes, onions, peppers, and a couple of nice juicy steaks. Well, day 2 in the books. Fishing on the Cranberry River. Today was a pretty good day. Both of us caught our limit. Can't do any better than that. I caught 4 rainbows, 2 gold trout, and lost 4 along the way. One slipped right out of my hand. But anyway, it's going to rain tonight. Don't know what the river's going to be like in the morning. We'll either go fishing or pack it up and head out tomorrow. So, see you in the morning. Morning, day 3. And you can hear the rain. I guess you can. We may end up packing up. It's hard to say. But I'll keep you posted. First of all, we're going to have a really good breakfast and make up our mind then. See you in a little bit. Well, it looks like it's going to be an all-day event on rain, so we may just pack up and head out. Take the camper to camp, so I'll have it available next time we want to use it. Special shout out to all my new subscribers. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed, why not? I plan on coming back in a month from now and taking the mule team in for a week. So that ought to be a fun trip. We'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.